Hi everyone, this is Claudine Helmuth and I'm excited to share with you today my Surf Car Cupcake Box Kit. So the Surf Car kits come in 4 different colors, so no matter which ones you purchase, this video will show you how to put them together. They can fit inside 2 standard size cupcakes, and I've also got a holder for 1 standard size cupcake if you just prefer to give 1 cupcake. They also fit in 3 mini size cupcakes inside, as well as any other candies, treats, cookies, small gifts as well. And I've designed the surfboards. Each kit, each of the 4 colors, no matter which kit you buy, comes with interchangeable surfboards. So all the surfboards you see here, plus surfboards that you can add your own text to. So there are 2 surfboards that you can interchange the text on. So you can see here, this one, I've put the name Paul on it, but then I've also put a birth year on it. You can do happy birthday messages, all of whatever you want it to say. Happy retirement, let's go surfing. And then the front and the back license plates are also customizable with any text, letters, or numbers. Now this kit is actually really quite easy to put together, but I've got a couple of little tips that I want to share with you right now. So when you download and print out your kit, this is what it's going to look like. Obviously, if you bought a different surf car color, the colors will be different, but the general template is the same. So what we've got here are 3 pages for the surf car. And on the license plates here, this text is customizable. So you'll just open that up in your PDF and you can type in whatever you like there. Then we've got a page of surfboards, and 2 of the surfboards are customizable. You can add names, dates, messages to these 2 surfboards. The rest of the surfboards just stay like they are. And then we've got 3 different cupcake templates. We've got one for 2 standard size cupcakes, 1 standard size cupcake, and then 3 mini cupcakes. So for the next step, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to cut around the outside of the template completely on all of the template pieces. You'll also want to cut in on these blue lines here, and you'll see I've noted them. Now on the different car colors, the lines may be different colors. I coordinated the colors to go best with the color of the car so that it wouldn't stick out too badly. But you'll want to just cut in on those lines because that will close the lid and hold it closed. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started cutting out all of my pieces, and then we'll be ready to move on to the next step. And here's a quick tip to make your cutting go faster. On these tabs here, on both the front and the back of the car, you don't have to cut them out exactly on the line because they are glue tabs. So you could just go in a nice, quick, straight line all the way up, and it goes much faster than if you are very carefully going down the lines. Also, same with the bottom tab down here. This is a glue tab, so you can just kind of quickly cut that out as closely as possible, but you don't have to be exactly precisely on the line. Now, the tabs that you do want to be really careful on are up here because those are the closure tabs for both the front and the back. So you just want to take your time a little bit more with those tabs so that they will lock in with the lid. But for the side tabs, you can cut out fairly swiftly, and that's just a quick little tip to make it go a little bit faster for you. Now that all my pieces have been cut out, and that really only took just a couple of minutes, now we need to move on to the next step, which is scoring all of the dotted lines on the pieces. And the reason that we want to do that is because we are working on a heavier weight paper here. The paper that I like to use is the Staples photo mat, and that comes in 61 pounds, 11 mil, and it's a great weight for holding things like candies and cupcakes, but it's not so heavy that it won't go through the printer, and it's really inexpensive. But you can use whatever preferred cardstock weight that you would like. But if you are using cardstock, which you should be, you will need to score all of the dotted lines, because otherwise if you just fold it, it will not crease nicely along the fold. So an easy way to score is I like to have a legal pad, and then I take my ruler and I line it up with the dotted line very carefully. And then I have a pen with no ink in it. So it's completely empty. It's all dried out, and I'm just going to mark right on that dotted line. So you want to make sure that your ruler is lined up so that the pen fits right on the dotted line. And then you'll see here that it created a nice score or fold line. And then that way, when I go ahead and fold on it, it will make a really nice crease right on the dotted line, and it won't crack the paper. So you're going to want to go ahead and do that to all of the dotted lines. And there's a few on the front of the car, here, 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 and don't miss that one right there. And then as soon as we have all of that done, we can move on to adding the adhesive and assembling our car. Now that all of the pieces have been scored, you'll want to make sure to fold them all. I like to pre-fold them before applying adhesive, so that way I make sure I didn't miss any score lines, and also I can get it to start to take the shape of the car. So on the car piece, you'll want to fold up this tab here so that it sits like this, and then all the rest of the tabs fold down and in. On my kits, the way I've designed them is that you will apply adhesive to any tab that has a letter on it. So that's this tab here on this one, all of these tabs, and all of these tabs. You'll notice the tabs at the tops do not have letters on them, so those do not get any glue. Those don't get glue or adhesive. The type of adhesive that I like to use is a double-sided tape that I put in this tape gun. It just makes it easier to apply. You can use plain old double-sided tape that you can get from the grocery store. Just make sure to get permanent and not repositionable. You can also use disposable cartridges from the craft store that have double-sided tape on a roller that's smaller and disposable. So you use whatever you like, and you're just going to apply adhesive to all of the tabs that have letters on them. Now that we have adhesive on all of our pieces, we are ready to assemble. And the first two pieces that we are going to put together are the two sides of the car. So we're going to take tab C and apply it to side C. And you just want to take a couple of minutes or seconds and just extra make sure that you've got it on the dotted line here, as well as even at the top and the bottom as well. So get as close to that dotted line as possible before you secure it. And then we're going to add the front of the car over here. So that's tab A. And the directions are all on your kit. You'll see it says side A for that side of the bottom of the car. And again, you just want to make sure that you line up the dotted line, get it as close to the dotted line as possible, as well as here and here. And then for our last piece, we're going to put tab B over here on this side. And you just want to make sure to line it all up as well. Get it as close to that dotted line as possible. So now you have one big giant piece. and we can start actually assembling the car. So what I like to do is I like to do the front first, and you're going to fold in all of these tabs, and I'm just going to hold this tab, tab K. You could start on either side and just press it to that side of the car, and then I'm going to repeat over here with tab O. And you want to kind of pull the car and get it even so that these lines right here on the bumper are even. And then I'm going to switch back and do tab J and just tuck that in right there. And then tab N, this little tiny tab. There we go. And now here's a little trick for these side tabs. You want to pull that in like that, and then kind of lock it in, like I'm using tab H there to lock into this corner. And you'll get it nice and even, and then let go with your finger on the inside of the tab, and then it will release and lock in. And then do the same over here for tab M. So I'm just pulling tab M back. I'm using tab L to get my spacing right, and then I'm just going to press gently. And then I'm just going to take tab H over here and press that, and then tab L and press that. And then you want to press from the inside to make sure that they've all got good connections. But you can see how quickly that comes together. And then all we have to do is the back, and I do that in the same sort of back and forth method. I like to have this tab, tab D, out. And again, you want to make sure you're lining up the bumper lines and getting those even. And then over here with tab G. And then we'll go back and we'll do tab D. And then we'll finish over here with tab F. Have our car all assembled, and we just need to close the lid. And the way that you want to close the lid is you want to take your little locking tab and insert it there, and then you're just going to press down over here, and that will lock into the other tab. And what's nice about this is it locks into place so it doesn't easily pop open. You don't even need a little sticker to hold it closed, but then when you want to open it, it's easy enough to open. So it will hold your little items inside. So I'm really enjoying using this little slit lock on my boxes now to hold them closed. So we've got our cute surf car all ready, and we just have a few more finishing touches. We can choose which surfboard we'd like to go on the top. Maybe it's a happy birthday surf car. Maybe it's you want to do your birth date on there, your birth year, or maybe you just want a plain surfboard on top. So no matter which surfboard you choose, just put a little dot of adhesive on the back and you can secure that into place on there. Now we've got one more finishing touch, and that is the cupcake tray to put our cupcakes inside. So here is the cupcake tray. I'm going to show using the one with 2 cupcakes, but you could use the mini cupcake tray or the one with the 1 cupcake, depending on what you would like. So I've already cut this out, and you will just want to be careful when you're cutting out the circles using a craft knife. And then I've already scored all of the fold lines and added some double-sided tape. So all you're going to do is just fold each side so that it meets up with the other side. Really easy. And then I've got a little note over here for you that you want to apply a little piece of double-sided tape here and secure this side to the back of the car. So you just open up your box. And so you want to make sure that this side is on the back of the car, because as you can see, I've positioned the cupcake holes so that they are even with the lid, because there is more room in the front of the car. And you'll just position that in. And then slide it into place and secure that adhesive. And the reason for that is because there's a little tiny extra little bit of room in the front, and you don't want your cupcake tray to slide around in transit. And now all we need is to add cupcakes. So these fit 2 of these nice little cute standard size cupcakes. And then you're just going to fold your lid and secure it closed. And there you go. You've got a cute little gift box with 2 delicious cupcakes inside. Perfect for summer, beach, or surfer themed parties, or just anytime you want to give somebody an extra special cute little gift.